I've been wanting to have some sort of honest moment because I feel like in the world right now, we are just at a point where I at least am hitting my COVID wall, you could say. I just have been feeling off, and I don't know, I feel like in some ways I feel like nothing is working, right? I feel like everything I do, just like literally my YouTube videos get like 13 views and I love all 13 of you. It's probably like 2 of me just clicking on my videos and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm hitting a wall, like I'm not doing something right, or I'm not listening in the way that I should be, and that I'm not like fast enough. Like I've been working on this story, why Gen Z is manifesting, and I love this story so much. I've done pretty much everything I need to do. I just need to edit it. I just need to film one more piece so that I can edit that. And it's just like every night I'm stuck. I don't do it. I don't edit it. I feel like I could New York, welcome to it. It's been waiting for you if you want to come here. I don't know. I just don't feel like I am activating something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's that, and this is, I'm glad you guys are seeing this, because this is exactly what happens. I don't even know how to describe what is going on in my head. Like, I am so, and this is what I've been saying recently, is that I am so overwhelmed by the current moment that I cannot even describe it. But at the same time, I am also underwhelmed because no one is freaking out. Like, we are literally in a full-blown pandemic, and people are traveling. People are eating out at restaurants. I mean, I'm not trying to come for anybody if that's been you. It's just that I'm in this plagues and peoples class. It's a biology class about plagues and pandemics. And we just watched a movie, Contagion, that first off was made in 2011 and is extremely accurate to what is happening in the world right now, or at least what happened in March. It just is wild to me because really none of this is supposed to be happening. Like, we're not supposed to be like really outside at all. Like, everyone should just be, home. What was that? This is what makes me more upset, is that there are people in California and Texas who drive in cars, their own personal cars, right? They also have nature and land and all of this stuff that they can escape to, and yet they are the ones traveling. It is just wild to me how people there are the ones who can't sit still. And I have friends in New York City and in tri-state area that have not done anything. And it's just like, and I'm one of them, right? That just hasn't done anything. And it is so hard to watch on Instagram. As if I had a mountain that I could escape to where there's like literally no one there and you could properly social distance and all of that. Like, I just don't get necessarily the need to, like, I mean, I love traveling. Everyone will tell you that's my thing. But just in this moment, it's crazy to me that people can't see how important it is to just take a moment to be and to be present and to learn from this moment. And so I think that's been something that's been really frustrating me is just the fact that, like, in New York, we have kept our cases down. We ride on the train together. We are all together all the time in New York. And we have kept our numbers lower, and we have more people than LA. That's something that's been on my mind lately, is just like the like sheer amount of carelessness. Like, people don't care about the pandemic. Like, and I'm sitting at home. This is my first time outside. I kid you not. This is my first time outside for 2 weeks almost. And I was just starting to lose it. Which is the only reason I'm out here, because I have so much homework to do. And that is the other thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I know a lot of you are probably watching me and found me through my Ithaca College videos. This semester, I am taking 6 classes, which is the max. Like, I'm at 18 credits maxed out for this semester, and I am okay with that, right? Every semester I've been taking 5 or 6 classes, so I take 5. So I think this is the first time that I'm doing 6, and it's fine. It's just that it is way too much work, especially with the amount of like things that I do that have nothing to do with school. Like, if you were to look at, I guess, people that aren't necessarily doing things. Literally, he didn't have a mask on. He did not have a mask. People who go to my school and they just do school clubs, and that's fine. I, on the other hand, my scholarship requirements, which is 2 group service projects, I'm also doing President's Host tour guide. So if you come to our tour, our admissions events, our online virtual tours and stuff, you'll see me, maybe. There's a chance. If so, please say hi. We have this new cool thing called Spatial Chat, and so we've been doing that, which has been nice. But and I met some of you there, so thank you for being there. And thank you for looking to me for information about IC. That's like a responsibility that I don't take lightly, and that means a lot to me, so thank you. But these are the things that I think happen in college that people don't talk about. You hit these walls. I think even if we weren't in COVID right now, I would be like hitting a wall. And I just feel like it's because I'm trying to do too much. On top of everything that I named, I'm also trying to build my personal brand, trying to do YouTube videos. Doing a YouTube video a week is so hard. It is one of the most challenging things ever, and I've tried to make that my goal instead of 1 million subscribers or whatever it might be. And so it's just been hard, especially as the social media realm grows. I think you would think that it would be easier because social media is like growing and like we're learning more, but it's like now there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, and you were supposed to post on at least Instagram, YouTube, and, you know, the other stuff, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, for as much as you can, for like twice a day in order to grow, which is like, at least on TikTok. I know on Instagram, like, maybe you're supposed to do 2 feed posts, but then you're supposed to do 10 stories a day, but then you're supposed to do an IGTV a week or something, then you're supposed to go live once a week. It's just like, as much as I love the community that I'm building and I want to be there and show up, I feel like I can't do it on all of these different platforms at once. And that hurts. That really, really hurts, because I want to show up. And I don't know if it's that if I weren't in school, this would be easier. But at the same time, like, I think even when I get out of school, I'm going to go into a job, and then I'm going to have all of that work to do. And so I think a lot of the times I'm thinking about, once I graduate, or once I get to this next point, then it's going to be like perfect. And I just think that that's so flawed. I think that that's just not true, because if it were true, you would see a lot more happy people. I think most people are not happy with where they are. And I think most people, not only are they not happy with where they are, I think people are giving up. Like, I think you have Gen Z, which is like I was watching this documentary for class, and it was like the government and just society has like told everyone that we are millionaires in the making. So we're like, oh, okay, we've got grit, like we're trying, we're hustling. But then I think there are older people who have just given up because they have come from poverty and they have worked their butts off for years, and they just aren't seeing change. And it's just like, and I empathize with that, because it's just so, all of this is just so much. And it's, again, I go back to the overwhelming but underwhelming thing. And I was watching this video from Dre Drexler. It just really resonated with me, because I've just been feeling just very like almost numb. It's just like the Capitol's been attacked. We're in a pandemic still almost a year later. He talked about how like the better life, the better things, the dream, whatever it might be, is not outside of you. It's not at that next thing. It's not at that new job, that new city, that whatever. It's inside of you always, 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 always. And so it's just about igniting that. And I think that that's so true, because I've been feeling just so ready for the next thing in life, right? Like, I have friends who have, you know, a lot of people that go to my school, like, have moved in together and they're like at Ithaca or, you know, whatever. And like, that's fine, but that's not necessarily the path I see for myself, like moving in with 5 other people. I just never do life in the way that society has like made life. Like, I just don't do it in that way, and I don't want this to get too long, so I'm going to try to be quick. But I think about life in a very just personal way, and I'm trying to build something for me, and I'm trying to build something that makes a difference in the world.
How are we doing on videos?
And it's just hard to do that when you're in these confines of all of these systems. Guys, it's just so hard. And like, we've been in this pandemic for like a year. And it's just like, when this started, I remember, like, I'm sure everyone has their own COVID story, but I truly remember, you know, being in Alabama, traveling. I did 2 layovers each way. So, gosh, I just think if I had gotten it, I would have infected, like, the potential of people that I could have infected. And I remember seeing someone in the Atlanta airport wearing a mask and just thinking, is this COVID thing like real? Because we were calling it like coronavirus, you know, like TikTok coronavirus. Don't want to get that big joke. And turns out it was not a big joke, and it was very, very serious. And one of my professors actually got it, and I had met with her, had to be at the time she contracted it, which is insane to think that, you know, that I could have gotten it from her. I just feel like I'm ready for this pandemic to be over, but clearly the rest of the world's not ready, or else we would all stay home, right? I feel like a crazy person sitting here. and that's the other thing. Like, I just want to say that I am very, very grateful to be in New York right now, and to just be in this. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, guys. Okay, focusing on gratitude and all that's really good, but I think being willing and being strong enough to recognize these emotions that you might be going through is also really important, because if not, there's like, I think the potential for, he literally did not have a mask on, literally is breathing over me. Like, gosh, it's just like, what is it going to take? 500,000 people have died. Put on a mask. It's just not that difficult. People are like, be grateful, be happy, and I am. This is the crazy thing. I am so freaking grateful. I am so content with what I have. My room is like my dream bedroom. I mean, it's bright. It has a TV now. It has the perfect lights, my perfect little vision board thing going on, and I'm grateful, right? I live with my mom. I get to like see her. I'm grateful, but at the same time, I just feel ready. And I think it feels very bad when you are, gosh, I've really got to wrap this up. When you are in a place that you grew up in, it just feels like you can't grow beyond that. Like, it doesn't feel like I can't grow. I don't necessarily feel like I'm in the wrong place. I felt that before. That's a very real feeling. And if you are in the wrong place, my friends, don't worry. The world is going to move you so that you are in the right place, because where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. So the world will move you if you're in the wrong place. But for me, I just feel like I'm ready, and I'm just waiting to continue my education and get like my degree, and then but it just feels like I feel ready now. And so I think it's frustrating when you're in this ready zone, but you can't necessarily do anything about it. You're just here. You're just living your life. And I think that that's fine, but it just hurts when you know that you could be doing more. And I think when the world is in such shambles, it feels like I don't need to be learning. I need to be helping. I need to be doing journalism. I know I do need to learn, right? We do need to look at journalism history and all of these things that we're learning about in school, and ethics and independent media and all these things. But at the same time, when the world is in literal crisis, I just feel like I should be doing everything I can to make a difference. And so, I don't know, my friends. I just feel a mess. Beyond being ready to do good work and to take on the responsibility of like being a full adult journalist, blah, 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 like official, blah, blah, blah. I'm also ready to just heal. And I can't do that in the same exact space that I grew up in. You know, I'm ready to just like heal and to learn more about myself and to understand more about me and to grow and to develop myself and to speak on things that are really deep and hard. But it just feels like I can't do that because it doesn't feel safe to do that. And it doesn't mean that I'm in danger or like someone's like harming me or anything like that. I just want, like, I just need to be in a way on my own to allow these thoughts to happen. And I think that's part of why I wanted to make this video outside. And also I just wanted to get outside. It just is a lot. And I think that none of us were in a weird way ready for the moment that we're in now, but I guess we were, because we're in it and we can handle it and we've been surviving. If you're watching this, congratulations. You probably survived at this point about a year or more in the pandemic. So kudos to you. I don't know if this was all over the place or if anyone can relate to any of this. I hope so. But yeah, I mean, life is hard. I'll show you guys one last thing. I have this key, and my key is from the Giving Keys, and it literally says ready on it. I'll put up a picture of it, but it says ready. And it's just my little gem, because ready is actually my word of the year. So it's kind of just like my little gem to remind me that I am ready, even if the world doesn't think so yet. And it's also an inspiration to get ready to, learn as much as I can about, the world and about the situations happening right now across our country, so that whatever kind of journalism I do in the future, I can just be ready for it. That's my advice, is to get a little key or something that allows you to get some sort of memento or something that means something to you, so that you can always remember that you are the ish. You got this, and you are going to kill it out there in the world. You're going to make such magic, because, my friends, that is what you were born to do. You were born to be magic, and that's, like, for me, I guess that's why I'm feeling held back or held down, is because I know deep down that I was born for this. I'm freaking ready. And I think that, that knowing needs to, for all of us, extend to the knowing that we are exactly where we're supposed to be, that we are right on time. Because if we know that we're meant for greater, if we know that we're meant to do amazing things in this life, to inspire people, to educate, to fulfill our life's purpose, even if you don't know what that is yet, to know that you have a purpose. If we know that, we need to also trust that it is working out. Life, this moment, everything is working out exactly as it is supposed to. And that it is up to us to, along this journey, just feel okay and to be content and to be, and that's the other thing, to be in love with the process. To be in love with the process. And I think that that's something that this fast growth that we're seeing on social media for some people doesn't allow us to see is the enjoyment of the process. And the truth is, I think a lot of people that, you know, although it always looks really alluring to grow really fast, mental health is real. Mental health is really real. And I think that I have struggled this year mentally a lot, especially being in isolation and being, you know, alone and doing online classes and feeling like everything is into a void of a black screen on Zoom, which Zoom, if you're listening, get some color. Add some more emojis while you're at it, my guy. But yeah, that's it. It's also raining. If you've never left a comment before, let this be the video you leave a comment on. And just tell me how you're doing. I would honestly love to hear. Tell me what you thought of this video, if you thought this was helpful, if you thought this was honest. I mean, I'm being honest right now. Not even kidding. I really, really am. Because I just feel like the world is in need of authentic voices, and the world is in need of people that are just real. No more toxic positivity. No more just be happy and your pain will go away. Like, it doesn't work. Who has that ever worked for? You have to feel all of the emotions. And people aren't doing that anymore. People are, but I think that it's just like you need to be constantly reminded that it is okay to feel however you feel. Just know that you can, you know, raise your vibration to a point where you can start, you know, growing and attracting and feeling better along the journey. I think that's the key. But you can't do that by ignoring what you truly feel. You know? Gosh, life is hard. Oh my God. Can the production crew get me some chai? I'm cold. Get me one of those overhead heaters too that the Apple Store has. That would be nice. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you support. I'm sending you just the highest vibes. I know you got this. I think that's all I have to say. I think I'm gonna grab my umbrella and get out of here. Later. I love you.